HBCU Library Alliance, since 2002, has been bridge building to strengthen our communities, to strengthen HBCU libraries. As gatekeepers of African history and culture, we are charged to protect, to preserve, and then share the richness of the African American experience with our user communities. Our mission, promoting collaboration of information professionals and excellence in library leadership and services, is the driving force behind this work to build bridges, to strengthen our libraries, and to empower them. Through a number of programs, we work to accomplish them. With our leadership program, senior staff at HBCUs are equipped to create a state-of-the-art learning environment that is aligned with their university's mission. The HBCU CUL Digital Initiative positions us for greater collaboration as library staff are provided the training to produce digital collections. Our collection increases access to HBCU archives and promotes African American research and scholarship. The preservation of photographic collections in HBCUs provides valuable programming and project resources to preserve the photographic materials at HBCUs. This important work builds knowledge and capacity within the community for long-term preservation of photographic collections. Now, the history of the HBCU Library Alliance is an important one to be shared with the library profession, higher education community, and the grant-making community. The Preserving the Story of the HBCU Library Alliance project is our vehicle to disseminate the successful history and accomplishments of the Alliance, thus increasing our visibility and opportunities for greater collaboration. In just a decade, in just 10 years, we've built this bridge to connect our communities and to strengthen our libraries. We're training one another, mentoring one another, sharing knowledge and skills with our colleagues, just strengthening our community even more. I am so proud of this work, and I am humbled and honored to celebrate this decade of investment in HBCU libraries. I encourage your greater participation in the next decade of service. Bye, friends.
Center, Robert W. Woodruff Library, has a mission which is about reflecting the excellence of our 4 HBCU institutions: Clark Atlanta University, Morehouse College, Spelman College, and the Interdenominational Theological Center. The HBCU Library Alliance likewise has a mission which is about strengthening the institutions that we all serve. And this is a great fit for those of us here at the Woodruff Library. The projects and programs which we have been able to take advantage of through the Alliance have been a wonderful asset for us. Preservation programs, the professional networking, training programs for our staff, and also the scholarship that is arising from the work of the Alliance. This all contributes very well to the work that we are trying to do for the students and faculty of the Atlanta University Center. I believe that the HBCU Library Alliance is a strategic resource for the staff here, and we are appreciative of the opportunity to dialogue with you and to work with you, our colleagues, in this work to reflect the excellence of our HBCU institutions. Thank you.
tremendous success. It has provided resources and services to all of the HBCU libraries. One of the really important aspects of the HBCU Library Alliance is the wonderful website that we have, which provide resources and services for the deans and directors and information about the presidents and chancellors of the various universities. We are able to collaborate, we are able to cooperate as librarians, we are able to provide services and resources that we would not ordinarily have if we did not have the HBCU Library Alliance. And I am so very grateful to Loretta, Janet, and Kate for this brilliant idea of the HBCU Library Alliance. And I am also happy that I am a founding member of the HBCU Library Alliance. We can provide information to each other, to our colleagues, on renovations, personnel, and various other issues that we face. Also, the HBCU Library Alliance provides and help us with our historical perspective and also background information that we have that no other universities have. And so for this, we are grateful, and I am so very happy to be a part of such a brilliant organization as the HBCU Library Alliance.
We've gathered here in New Orleans for our 5th membership meeting and to celebrate the 10th anniversary of our organization. Conferees will be afforded the opportunity to speak to the value added to them personally, to their library, and to their institution because of the HBCU Library Alliance. And I'd like to add my kudos and praise to the Alliance because this program has certainly had a positive impact on me, on my library, and on my institution. I have benefited from the leadership programs that the Alliance has done, but the greatest impact for me has been on the friendships and relationships that I have been able to develop as a member of the Alliance. I can pick up the phone and call so many of you for advice and encouragement. It is because of the Alliance that I am stronger. The Alliance has had positive impacts on our libraries. In an email sent to Sandra Phoenix, September 2001, Mantra Henderson, director of the library at Mississippi Valley State, wrote, and I'm paraphrasing her comments, she said, I was able to use the data from the state of libraries at HBCUs to gain support from my administration to increase my budget. Well, Mantra, like so many of your colleagues, I've used the same information to gather support from my administration to increase staff and funding to improve my library. It is because of the Alliance that my library is stronger. Our libraries have important roles in strengthening our institution, its accreditation efforts, and increasing student learning outcomes. The Alliance has various programs that help us to do this. There have been workshops on LibQual, as well as workshops on information literacy. They have all done well to improve our institution. It is because of the Alliance that our institutions are stronger. While we look to the future, let us show our appreciation for the Alliance decade of investment in our libraries by, as our theme suggests, protecting our legacy and preserving our story. Thank you.
Working with the HBCU Library Alliance has truly been a labor of love for me. As co-founder of the organization, it has been so gratifying seeing its growth over the 10 years in which we have been in existence. My library has benefited greatly from knowing so many other experts among HBCU libraries, and also our collections, our digital collections, have become more visible and accessible to many institutions around the world. It's truly a remarkable accomplishment for the historically Black colleges and universities and the libraries they serve.
The creation of the HBCU Library Alliance is both a professional and personal accomplishment for me as Dean of University Libraries and as a founding member. We've accomplished the library training and the development of the Alliance's digital collection. It is the crown jewel because we have now begun to preserve our collective history for posterity. The Alliance is dear to my heart as I am a graduate and an employee of an HBCU institution. May steady minds forever guide the HBCU Library Alliance.
I'm the Executive Director of LYRASIS, and I'd like to talk today about the HBCU Library Alliance. I have 3 points that I wanted to share with you, and I'm going to look at my paper to make sure I get them all in. The first is I wanted to talk about the value of the HBCU Library Alliance. The Alliance brings in many unique institutions into a collaborative that's really a powerhouse in the library world. And why do I say that? Look at the things the Alliance has accomplished in the last several years. The Alliance has taken on projects that no individual library could have taken on, but can be taken on as a group. For example, the leadership development has been done so much to advance the work of individuals and groups of people within each institution. The leadership program has strengthened libraries. In addition, the Alliance has been working on some projects that are collection-focused, focused on the unique cultural heritage and materials that the libraries hold. And these have been made more accessible and preserved for the future through the digitization project and also through the ongoing photo preservation project. So the first point I want to make is about the value of the HBCU Library Alliance. The second point I wanted to make is how the Alliance has raised the profile of HBCU libraries outside of the HBCU community. And this is seen in several ways. The first thing is, it's really nice to be on the funding list of the Mellon Foundation. Something the Alliance has accomplished as a group, and I'm not sure how many individual libraries ever would have seen the millions of dollars that the Mellon Foundation has funded to the HBCU Library Alliance, and then through that to all of you individual members. The second thing about the profile is I looked at the institutions that you have been working with for many of your projects, and that includes Cornell University on digitization, the conservation program of the University of Delaware for the photo preservation project, and many other institutions as well. I know that the White House Initiative for HBCUs has been involved in conversations with the Alliance and has embraced your work. So the HBCU Library Alliance has really, I think, increased the visibility of HBCU libraries with new partners and funding sources. I'm also pleased to say, while I'm on this topic, of course, that the HBCU Alliance has brought LYRASIS, my organization, closer to HBCU libraries in ways that I think have been very fruitful for all of us. And my third point that I wanted to make is that there has been a huge impact from the HBCU Alliance in a relatively short period of time. I remember 11 years ago going to the first meeting, which was scheduled just to talk about the idea of the HBCU libraries working closely together. And now here it is all these years later, and the Alliance has a healthy set of programs that provide a wide variety, and also have built these relationships and partnerships. But I think the most important thing that the Alliance has done is to create a true community, a community where there's mutual support, where there's interest and success in implementing projects, and where people have really developed some important friendships. So since that meeting 11 years ago to now, it's great to see what you all have accomplished. So thanks very much for letting me share with you my 3 thoughts on the HBCU Library Alliance.
What talent, Dawn. You really have got all this airbrushing and all of that. But thank you so much. That was just wonderful. I think at this time it would be wonderful if we took a break, 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and begin our program.